Alrighty, sup witches, how y'all doing? We're gonna see if we went ahead and fixed this microphone issue or this sound issue that I've been having. You guys are gonna have to help me out and tell me whether this sounds better, worse. Can you hear me at all? Did not have the microphone that I wanted, so I'm trying a kind of weird little system that I got set up here. Changed my lighting around too, so it's not so aggressive on me. I just hate moving. Gotta reset up everything. It's so easy to just stay in a nice little comfy zone where everything stays the same all the time, so it makes it easy. But creativity was never created in easy spaces. I don't think so. Well, you get into Tesla and all them, and Einstein, they say solitude is where you find yourself to be the most creative. We got two here. Balances and unions. We've got Mercury. Definitely got Mercury retrograde starting up here. We got addictions. Got that devil card. Not just addictions, but toxic cycles, behaviors, patterns. All right, we definitely have a lot of intuition going on here. Something that is starting new beginnings, right? I get new beginnings that are causing big waves, right? There's definitely cycles and secrets, right? Rings of communication starting, right? This is all focused around the divine masculines right now. Let's see what we got these guys, what these guys got going on. Got Egypt again. That farm card really needs to come out. Got the spouse card, scribes and writing, imprisonment and slavery. Egypt, Asia. Got. Alright, so we got this Egypt, Asia. Something's going on here. There's definitely something about someone you've been a spouse with before that's coming up. There's scribes and writing. This is something that's going on during the persecution and inquisition. This is during the time in the era where, yeah, I get, well, the Inquisition. It's where colonization was taking over the world. You were imprisoned or enslaved or tortured or whatever if you didn't convert. Right? There's a lot of phobias that have come over from this lifetime, and there's definitely these fears around health. Someone has a lot of fear around health. Hmm. Peaceful among the thorns. Someone who keeps the peace even though there's a war within themselves. Peaceful among the thorns is from the shadow deck, so that is all about shadow aspects. So peaceful among the thorns is when you avoid conflict. Winter solstice, winter reflection going on. When you avoid conflict all the time, you're actually seething it, right? It's like a wound that, like, something happened and it cut you. And you ran and you wrapped it up really, really quickly and now you're going to pretend like there's no cut there, but in actuality, you have to take that bandage off sooner or later. You have to clean the wound underneath it. If you don't keep taking that bandage off and cleaning it and just avoiding it, well, y'all, you don't want to take the bandage off. Why? Because if you take that bandage off, what? The gauze is going to be stuck to the wound, and what if it's infected, and if I look at it, what if it's way worse than I thought it was, and da da da. Well, that's why you can't just let it sit there under the surface like that. Not saying anything, not doing anything about it isn't serving you any good. This is a deep wound that somebody's dealing with here. We got reflection, forest, breathe, DNA karma, the autumn equinox, and grounding. There's a lot of messages here for the trees in this aspect, right? Look. Winter reflection, forest breathe, we got release, and we've got grounding, right? This is all about clearing DNA karma, right? This is what I keep preaching. This is what I keep talking about. This is what I've been talking about for years, right? This is what we're here to do. We're here to break toxic karmic generational curses. Right? The generational curses, it's not that it's so much that it's in your DNA. It is, but it isn't. It's a lot of nurture that it is, right? It's just trauma passed down from one parent to child, parent to child, parent to child. We're here to clear that out in some way, shape, or form, right? There's a lot of time of taking to reflect on these new perspectives, right? Slow down, breathe, right? Literally, that's how you connect yourself. Like, breath is the point where the physical connects with the intangible. The tangible and the tangible connect, right? You breathe in. I think of Ralph with the breathing in that good ass prana, baby, right? From Infinite Waters. Yeah. Breathe in that good ass prana, right? And breathe out the bullshit. Release it, right? And ground yourself. Feel your roots going deep into the ground, right? Trees go dormant, they go to sleep in the winter, but they don't die when all their leaves fall off, right? They focus on their roots. Okay, 3D 45 me. Are you kidding me? Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, y'all. I could pause it and all that, but what would be the fun in that? Can't believe there was a commercial on that. Never had one like that before. The hell am I paying for? Alright, sorry, back, y'all. Hope you guys can hear me. It's gonna suck if I can't use this reading, but we shall see. We shall see. I'm hoping it works better. I really do. Tired of hearing the complaints about the sound. I'm like, I know I had that problem before and I fixed it and then I broke it and now I'm trying to fix it again. $9.99 here on the 5D. I get that somebody manifested the 9 of Cups and then immediately suffered from massive anxiety. 6 of Swords, 3 of Swords there at the end. Oh. The 5D was like, this was rough to watch even for us. They're like, we didn't quite expect all that neither, man. That's the difference, right? The 5D can guide you all at once, but you got the free will in the end, and it's just like, sometimes they're just like, interesting. Interesting. So that's the decision you decided to make. Okay. All right. Yep. All right. We got this King of Swords going on. Could be a masculine fire sign. Someone who's definitely good with words. An intellectual. They're smart. They're intelligent people, right? They know how to figure things out. Unfortunately, that comes with its upsides and its downsides, right? Right. There we go. I am the machine. This is a smooth operator, right? He likes to keep things running smoothly. He's very calculated. He could have very ingenuitive skills, right? This person likes to operate from that heart-based center, right? I get that there's a mix, like that's what lies hidden underneath, right? Is this big heart that this person actually operates under. Right. There's definitely been a lot of focus. They were making some breakthroughs in this Nine of Pentacles energy on the 3D. And I get a sense that as soon as they started manifesting the timeline that their heart was truly into, like as soon as they started to get it, and I say this all the time, as soon as you get a taste of it, right? As soon as you get a taste of it, as soon as you, when you feel connected to the universe, right? Um, Me and my friends use the definition of soulgasm. If you've never experienced one, I'm sorry for you. I hope you do eventually get to someday. But it does um, change a lot of your perspectives on things. Anyway, when you get into that Nine of Cups energy, this is Nine of Pentacles. This is getting ready to manifest. This is tasting the timeline, right? This is getting right to the edge of it. And then there's a whole bunch of conflict. Now, has conflict ruined this timeline? I don't know. It's at the very end, right? This person's breaking through, but they're hitting this conflict now, right? There's this wall they've got to punch through. Got that Joker energy again. That is the Joker card, that skull. Alright, so what we got here on the 40? What's on people's minds? What? Eight of Swords. They feel like a puppet. They feel like they've been having their strings pulled. Somebody felt like they've had to defend their valor, defend themselves against something here, right? There's definitely been a call for temperance to bring balance, right, within themselves. I mean, not just within the outside world, but this person needed to find balance within themselves. They need to find out how that they, like with that Capricorn energy, how they were being affected. That's really what this season's about. Like people always are so bummy about poor Capricorns, man. They got the devil card, they got, the addictions and stuff like that. But it's overcoming these things. That's really the energy that they're bringing to the table, is the ability to overcome these things. It's like, it's recognizing them, right? Is recognizing how they interfere with your lives and how people use stuff like that to interfere with your life and control you, right? And then you've got this valor of trying to stand up and you're trying to defend yourself and you're trying to make these healthy changes for yourself, right? Because you want to bring balance into your life, right? This person is trying to make moves. They really, really are trying to make some moves, right? That's really what they're focused on. And you know what? I talked about that wall that they need to break through. This person is running head on into these towers. I don't know what's going on, but this is their thought process. It's like screw it. Like, I could live in conflict forever, or I could just run right into this tower, right? Like the birds there. Get that saying of, like, animals, when storms are approaching, some animals will go straight towards the storm so that they could get through it into the other side faster. So that way they're not as cold, they're not as wet, they're not in the storm as long by going through it, right? In the opposite direction, like just head on through it. They get to the other side of the storm faster and they're not as worn out. Like you try to run from the storm, you're tired. Eventually you slow down. Eventually it catches up to you. And eventually it happens anyway. This person's like, screw it. I'm going to head straight towards this tower. What? This is going to change everything. 999. Must be something in the water. Nine of coins. It's all this person can focus on. I feel like with that red bird there's even like the 5D is like, what? I'm not going to let them focus on nothing else. What? We're sending spirit guides. There's cardinals. There's birds. There's all kinds of things. What? We're not going to let them focus on anything else. Why? Because that was their Nine of Cups, and we understand that it brought them a shit ton of anxiety. Welcome to the dark night of the soul. Once you get a taste of that light, then you have to go through the dark night of the soul. It is a rite of passage that we all go through, recognizing who's stabbing holes in your boat and who's in your boat, right? You learn hard lessons, like some people sink your ship, right? Your ships can be coming in and there could be somebody out there just blowing them out of the water, right? Just because they want to stay in charge. They don't want to see your ships come in. It hurts. Like getting stabbed in the back hurts, but getting stabbed in the front hurts way more, right? And that's kind of what causes third party situations. And I even get third party situations that there might not even be people on the physical that mess with this person. It's just shit that has happened, right? That have cut them so deeply to the core that it carries it to the 5D. Even the 5D was like, damn, man, that one hurt. They're not benevolent. Read your books. The angels didn't know everything and why everything happened for a reason. Only one source knew, right? We got a King of Swords. This person is wising up to this. Whoever this is wising up for this, right? They're stepping into the more logical, masculine aspects of it, right? They're realizing what? You can't carry the weight of the world forever, right? Can't carry the weight of the world forever. Sooner or later, you have to move on from the past, right? Once again, we have this sword of truth. And this could be a sword this person needs to swallow or a sword they need to deliver. Get that it might be something they have to deliver. Well, it still could go either way here. We got the Seven of Coins. This sword of truth could be this person just having to reap something that they sowed, accepting that they caused the timeline that they're in now. Like, I mean, once you realize the good that you can create, you're immediately, like, what scares you the most, it's like, man, I'm in control, and I just created all this, like, and then, like, what? Fear. And you're like, oh, man, how much I've created out of fear. Right? What I created out of fear. I manifested that. Yeah, that's shouldering what you manifested, good and bad, right? Good and bad. There's about as fool's leap, right? I like when people describe that fool's leap as a leap of faith. This person's learning how to take a leap of faith. I think they're learning new lessons about faith with all this going on up here, right? Some sort of ancient knowledge shit that's been lost since the Inquisition, right? This person, they're a little immature when it comes to some things. They're a little immature when it comes to their wand, right? There's somebody who might have been easily manipulated in those errors, right? It's what they've had to learn to defend themselves against, right? They're like, then these people just use me because they can use me, right? I want to be the Knight of Cups. They want to be the Knight of Cups. They want to be that romantic person, that loving person, right? They feel like there's definitely some justice coming to whatever this situation is. Let's get some more. What is the situation here? Got the Ten of Swords here. Someone was acting like a victim. I get it could be both people were even acting like a victim. I got an Emperor and a High Priestess here on this line, right? And 88 in between y'all, right? So I'm going to go with the Ten of Swords. Could be a multiple situation here where both people were just acting very dramatic, right? You got this Emperor here, right, who's working on some skills here. And I get that the High Priestess on this side, she's working on moving on from the past as well. They both could be working on moving on from the past and building new skills. This Ten of Swords was an excuse to stay in toxic situations and toxic behaviors. Alright, sorry about that. I had a dog messing with my door. Alright, so. Man, where were we? Yeah, okay. I got this Ten of Swords as this person's, their excuse for maintaining these devil energies, right? They're really immature with money, right? They're trying to burden a lot of responsibilities, but they end up feeling left out in the cold a lot. This person is watching somebody, probably this Empress, right? Since she's here. They're watching them really, really hard, right? This person sees a lot of solid foundation. They're learning a lot from this person. Um, this person can also be in charge of guiding other people. Other people could watch them with that Hierophant card, right? Be like, what? I have to pay attention to what I do more. Why? Because other people watch me, right? Someone really wants a union. They want a union. Oh, that see, you got this Page of Cups energy, that youthful young heart energy. It's like, look, look at that Queen of Cups the other day with that with the crow. But here we go. Here's this Page of Cups. It's like, here's my cup. It's got a fish in it. I don't know why I get Pisces energy really strong with that, right? This person really wants to come off as a Knight of Pentacles, right? They're a little defensive. They're tired of looking like a Page of Pentacles. They want to come off as a Prince of Pentacles, right? Or a Knight of Pentacles, right? The world is definitely opening up for this person. I think this person's just realizing they're open to a new timeline. Whatever justice is playing out up here is going to bring them some sort of resolution down here on these other levels, right? We'll wrap it up. Anything else that we need to know before we head out? Stick with the tarot. Just a reminder there that winter is a time of reflection. Breathe. Learn how to do breathing meditations, right? I hear. Focus on your breath. It is the connection between the divine and, well, the connection between dimensions there, physical and spiritual realities there. Release. Allow things to go that need to go. Ground. Make sure that you focus on your roots, right? When it's cold and nothing's blooming. There's a lot of lies about money happening right now. Whatever situation this is relating to. There's a lot of lies about money. Say it again. A lot of lies about money. Somebody spends money stupidly. Somebody's in some sort of messed up situation with money. Somebody's struggling with money. Somebody is lying about money. They lie about how much they have. They portray to have more than they have. Or they try to make it seem like they're better with money than they are. But there's just a lot of lies about finances here, right? Definitely got the Lovers here. There's a very strong connection. There's definitely that energy. The Lovers card is the energy, the soul connection that's so strong it activates somebody, right? It activates them to recognize the phases and cycles of their lives. When they're acting like a drama queen. When they're kind of acting silly in love, right? It's that guidance system finally gets activated. They're finally connected to source. That's what the Nine of Cups really is. That taste of Nine of Cups. It's like, oh my God, right? And it's like, all right, well, that's your guidance system. Once you taste it, is going to be calling to you forever. What that connection is a cord you can't cut. It's a connection to the divine, right? This is something I realize this person's really starting to notice. They're like, wow, like the perspective has changed. It's like they're trying to operate from this better system because they want better in their lives and they want better for the people that are watching them as well. They've made a decision about this High Priestess. We can't just leave it like that. What's the decision they made about this High Priestess? They're going to stay in hermit mode until they manifest her. Keep your secrets. This is fine. Keep your secrets. Alright. Peaceful among the thorns. Someone is peaceful among the thorns, but that is not going to last for so long. Conflict there is unavoidable, so you might as well get in charge of it, right? There's a lot of carrying of phobias, right? A lot of phobias from being imprisoned or slavery. A lot of phobias about health going on here. These people could be fiercely defensive about their beliefs because they've been threatened before, right? This person can have a lot of different influences on their beliefs, right? All the way from Asia to Egypt, right? This is someone who's definitely been a spouse of yours before. At some point where you guys lived in like farm type living, like you weren't rich, you didn't live in super castles or nothing. It was a simple style of living, right? Not destitute because you owned animals and stuff, right? There's a lot to do about written messages, right? There's definitely something very powerful between you two that can be activated if you start using handwritten letters instead of technology. Snail mail, I get, can be very important to somebody. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all, and I'll be back as soon as I can, I promise.